Good afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez. This is The Daily Dish, your lunchtime companion. We begin with today's headlines. A report from the Philippine Center of Investigative Journalism shows the new House leaders got most of the DPWH budget insertions for next year. The CPP-NPA declares a 4-day ceasefire during Christmas and New Year celebrations. In Australia, 15 people are killed in a shooting incident during a Jewish festival at Sydney's Bondi Beach. And in UAAP Season 88, the trilogy between the UP Fighting Maroons and the De La Salle Green Archers about to reach its epic conclusion as UP sends the men's basketball finals to a do-or-die Game 3. Our top story today, a report from the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism shows the new House leaders got the most insertions in the budget of the Public Works and Highways Department for 2026. Lyja Bonzo is on the line for more details. Hi, Lyja, go ahead.
Mai, it's been months since a change in leadership in the House of Representatives brought about by a series of flood control project anomalies. Yet, according to the latest findings of the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, in the 2026 DPWH budget, it is House leaders who once again got the most insertions, namely House Speaker and Isabela 6th District Representative Boji D. and Appropriations Committee Chair and Nueva Ecija 1st District Representative Micaela Swansea. It's September when the DPWH submitted its proposal. It allocated 1.1 billion pesos to House Speaker D's district. This amount tripled to 3.1 billion pesos in the House proposal. Swansea's district, on the other hand, was originally allocated 1.6 billion pesos and doubled to 3.4 billion pesos after House budget deliberations. Swansea is the successor of resigned Congressman Zaldico as Appropriations Committee Chair. Aside from the House leaders, Swansea's sister Bella ranked third in having the highest insertions, with her district receiving 3.9 billion pesos after an insertion of 1.6 billion pesos. PCIJ also reported that despite resigning from the speakership and being accused of receiving billions of pesos in kickbacks, late Representative Ferdinand Martin Romualdez was given one of the biggest chunks of the 500 billion peso allocable and non-allocable DPWH funds amounting to 6 billion pesos. This amount is actually a reduction from the originally proposed 9.9 billion pesos. Mai.
Lyja, do we have confirmation at this point on whether these insertions survived the BICAM process and are now included in the final version of the DPWH budget?
Well, Mai, as of now, we still cannot say whether these insertions push through because the Congress has yet to finish their deliberation on the 2026 DPWH budget during their bicameral meeting later. Mai.
Thank you, Lyja Bonzo reporting. Advocacy groups are urging the Department of Public Works and Highways to slow down in its appeal to restore the 54 billion peso budget cut from its 2026 budget. David Michael San Juan, convener of Taumbayan Ayaw sa Magnanakaw at Abusado Network or Tama Na, tells BNCs at the forefront public anger over the alleged anomalies in the 2025 DPWH budget is still high. Public Works Secretary Vince Dizon on Saturday asked the Bicameral Conference Committee to restore the deducted amounts from projects due to the reductions in the Construction Materials Price Data or CMPD.
Pero ang gusto naman nating sabihin sa kanya at sa buong DPWH, teka muna, mag-slow down tayo kasi baka nakalimutan nyo na kaya nga nandito tayo sa ganitong sitwasyon ay galit na tayong taong bayan, ang mga taxpayers na ninanakaw lang ang buwis ng mamamayan. Dapat maintindihan ng DPWH na kaya binabawasan at gusto nating sabihin na hinto muna yung ibang proyekto kasi ang dami pa nilang kailangan ipaliwanag.
Meanwhile, San Juan slammed the confidential and intelligence funds in the proposed 2026 budget, warning of the potential danger as no one seems to question them in Congress. He noted that the Office of the President CIF amounts to more than 4 billion pesos for 2026, urging the BICAM to subject these allocations to closer review. He added that this raises similar concerns to the controversy surrounding Vice President Sara Duterte's confidential and intelligence funds. Senate Majority Leader J.V. Ejercito flags the sharp rise in the budget for the medical assistance to indigent and financially incapacitated patients, or MAIFIP, warning it could turn healthcare into a tool for political patronage. The MAIFIP allocation jumped from 24.23 billion pesos in the National Expenditure Program to 51.6 billion pesos in the Bicameral Conference Committee version. Ejercito said this risks replacing the systematic and automatic health coverage with politically mediated aid. He then urged Congress to channel additional funds directly to PhilHealth as the primary payer for hospital expenses, or straight to hospitals implementing zero balance billing. Ejercito also criticized what he called a disconnect between lawmakers' health reform rhetoric and their budget decisions. Former Labor Secretary Silvestre Bello III raises serious questions over accountability in the ongoing flood control investigation. In an exclusive interview with BNC's The Spokes, Bello asked why only the small fry are being pursued, while those at the highest levels remain untouched. He also notes that this kind of corruption could not have taken place without the knowledge of both the President and the House Speaker.
Who do you think is the mastermind in this scam? Saldi ko lang to?
Speaker. And yung si Kimbo. Kimbo of
Stella.
Stella Kimbo. Yan ang mga mastermind yan.
Do you think Malacanang is free from the manipulation of the budget? O may knowledge ba sila?
Kasama yan. Kasama yan. No, hindi naman papa-approvean mo yung yung budget without the...
So you're saying si Pangandaman kasama dapat sa budget secretary?
As DBM?
Well, I don't know. Kasama siya pero whether it is willingly or unwillingly is another thing.
Alam mo,
Businessman Joseph C. appeared before the Senate amid allegations over his citizenship. Dubbed Alice Guo 2.0, C stayed tight-lipped on possible ties to the Yang brothers, despite his role in a China-linked business group. Hannah T. joins us live from the Senate for more details. Hi, Hannah. Tell us more about this Joseph C. and what's the latest over there?
Joseph C. declined to comment whether he joined Michael and Tony Yang in some events after admitting to being honorary chairperson of the Philippine Silk Road International Chamber of Commerce, a group that aims to facilitate business and investment between the Philippines and China. C appeared before the Senate Justice and Human Rights Committee as they opened their inquiry surrounding his alleged fake citizenship. Senator Risa Ontiveros asked if C has been in some events, whether the Yang brothers may have been present. Michael Yang was former economic advisor to former President Rodrigo Duterte, and his brother Tony is a known pogo figure. C says he's not the president of the chamber, so he cannot detail which personalities have appeared in events. C is accused of being Alice Guo 2.0 after the Bureau of Immigration said fingerprints were found in the Philippine passport of Joseph C, matching those of a Chinese national, Chen Zhongzhen, who previously applied for amnesty under the Alien Social Integration Act of 1995, a law meant for foreigners who entered the country before 1992. Because C presented himself as a Filipino, he was able to associate with sensitive institutions, including the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary, and to operate in sectors like mining and resource extraction. The Bureau of Immigration confirmed that C is not a Filipino citizen, and in fact, he has admitted to being the same person as Chen Zhongzhen based on BI evidence. A previous 2015 deportation case against him was dismissed based on a presumption of citizenship at the time, but that presumption was later overturned after a deeper review of the evidence of BI. As of now, my deportation proceedings against C are ongoing, and the Bureau has refused to release him despite a lower court order citing new findings. My Joseph C. remains in the custody of the BI as his deportation case continues. My
Hannah, what do we know about the business background of C so far?
My Joseph C. is actually a well-established figure in the business community, particularly dun nga sa mining and metal sector, because he is the chairman of Global Ferronickel Holdings Incorporated, a listed company involved in nickel mining and export with operations linked to Palawan and Surigao, which Senator Lisa Ontiveros earlier reported. Through his companies, C has been connected to the export of raw nickel ore to China, including supplying a smelting facility in Guangdong. Companies linked to C have been earlier accused of continuing operations despite issues with environmental compliance certificates, alleged pollution, deforestation, and reports of flooding in some affected communities. Back to you, Mai.
Thank you. Hannah T. reporting live from the Senate. In other news, the Central Committee of the Communist Party of the Philippines declares a 4-day ceasefire during the holidays. This will take effect from midnight of December 25 up to 11:59 p.m. of December 26 for the Christmas holidays. For the New Year revelry, the rebels will observe the ceasefire from midnight of December 31 up to 11:59 p.m. of January 1 next year. The ceasefire also marks the CPP-NPA's 57th anniversary, celebrating its ideology. Justice Undersecretary Jessie Andres is reportedly set to take on a new role in Malacanang as the new Deputy Executive Secretary. Politico learned an official announcement is expected in the coming days. Andres is an economics and law graduate of the University of the Philippines and has previously served as Chief of Staff to former Vice President Noli de Castro. He also served as an independent director of the Government Service Insurance System and was appointed officer in charge of the Energy Regulatory Commission in 2024. Philippine tourism is expected to grow next year, with experts projecting a significant increase in international arrivals. On BNC's Business 360, Alfred Lai, Director for Hotels and Tourism of Lichu Property Consultants, said they are hoping recent policy changes and marketing efforts will help attract more foreign visitors.
The Lichu Property Consultants target is around about 6.3 million, but if we can get somewhere in between that 6.3 and 6.7 million, I would call that quite a successful year. There are certain things that, or catalysts, which we hope will increase international arrivals next year. Of course, the government has worked to bring back e-visas for Chinese tourists who, prior to the pandemic, would contribute 1.8 to 2 million international arrivals this year, each year.
Yeah.
Whilst last year they were only able to bring in 250,000.
He also cited infrastructure bottlenecks at major airports as a key challenge to tourism. He says improving access to regional hubs is crucial to boosting travel in the Philippines.
On a long-term basis, we need to reduce the friction and increase our competitiveness around tourism. Friction being, the Philippines is a relatively, and let's be honest about it, a relatively difficult place to get around, right? We need to focus on getting more traffic through places like Clark, Iloilo, and perhaps Davao
And
as
whether
well.
you are
A government-owned and controlled corporation reports on its improved revenue collection this year. Just Ignacio is reporting live from the Philippine Ports Authority in Manila. Hi, Just. What do you have for us?
The Philippine Ports Authority generated 24.97 billion in revenue, marking a 10.57% increase compared to the same period in 2024 as of October 30, 2025. The agency says they have recorded a strong financial and operational performance in 2025, reflecting its commitment to strengthening the country's ports. According to PPA, port operations were vital in supporting national trade, with container traffic reaching 7,138,980 20-foot equivalent units as of October 2025. Passenger traffic also increased to 69,125,788 from January to October 2025, a 5.2% increase over the same period last year. The PPA also reported continued growth in cruise tourism, recording 147 cruise passengers from a total of 74 cruise ships calls as of October 2025. Infrastructure development remains central, with 97 locally funded port projects currently being implemented across Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Looking ahead, the PPA projects cargo throughput to reach at least 301.47 million metric tons and passenger traffic to reach 85.41 million by year-end. PPA General Manager J. Daniel Santiago affirmed alignment with the President's vision, ensuring public service, efficiency, and inclusive growth in maritime transport. Mai?
Does the PPA have other priority projects that are nearing completion?
Yes, Mai. This includes the rehabilitation and retrofitting of Mati Port, Malalag Port expansion and restoration construction of a welcome center at the Port of Jubang, wharf and breakwater works at the Port of Claveria, and the rehabilitation and improvement of Virac Airport. Mai?
All right, Just, let's go to this holiday season. How many passengers does the PPA expect?
The PPA expects 4.6 million passengers for this holiday season. Mataas yan ng mahigit 200 hanggang 300,000 kumpara noong nakaraang taon na 4.4 million passengers. Ngayong araw din, December 15, nakataas din ang kanilang heightened alert hanggang January 5, 2026. Mai?
Thank you, Just Ignacio, reporting to us live from Manila. A slight relief for motorists as oil firms announced a mix of price adjustments to take effect on Tuesday. Diesel and kerosene will go down by 20 centavos per liter, due partly to optimism in the Russia-Ukraine peace deal. Meanwhile, gasoline will go up by 20 centavos per liter, bringing the total hike this month to 1 peso and 60 centavos. The Department of Energy projects oil supply to outstrip demand by over 3 million barrels per day next year. The Bureau of Internal Revenue leads the simultaneous nationwide destruction of over 400,000 illicit vape products. It says these products carry an estimated excise tax liability of 1.34 billion pesos, inclusive of tax liabilities. These products will be destroyed in the next 3 days as part of a nationwide operation live-streamed 24/7. Online shopping is life for many Filipinos, but as more people turn to digital stores, the sale of counterfeit goods is also on the rise, including car parts. Our mobility correspondent, G. Baroga, reports.
With just a few clicks or taps, Filipinos can now buy almost anything online, from basic needs to big-ticket items, all for the sake of convenience and more options. According to the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, or IPOPhil, nearly 3 out of 4 Filipinos now prefer to shop online. But this growing trend also comes with a risk. the increasing sale of counterfeit products, including auto parts. As with other sectors, the automotive industry is now working closely with government authorities to protect consumers. During the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between IPOPhil and the Chamber of Automotive Manufacturers of the Philippines, or CAMPI, officials admitted that the agreement still lacks strong enforcement measures.
We are just starting off, and we hope this would be a deterrent, for those wanting to sell fake parts online. This is really for the protection of our consumers. So, under the MOU, we will review within the 12 months after signing the performance of this exercise.
More targeted and concrete actions against the online sale of fake auto parts are expected after a year. For now, efforts are focused on taking down counterfeit listings from major e-commerce platforms such as Lazada, Shopee, TikTok Shop, and Zalora.
Once a brand owner has experienced that its products are being counterfeited and being sold online, then these brand owners can directly contact the platforms, and they will act as fast as they can quickly to remove the article or the products online.
CAMPI says the initiative supports its road safety goals under its new vision for mobility transition. Meanwhile, industry watchers are keeping an eye on sales performance, with 2 more months of data needed to see if the sector can hit its 500,000 sales target. CAMPI earlier said it remains optimistic, expecting continued growth this year and next, driven by new vehicle models and a stronger supply chain. For BNC Mobility, G. Baroga.
We've got more news for you from around the world, plus the latest in sports and entertainment after this short break. The Daily Dish will be right back. Welcome back to the Daily Dish. We begin world news in Australia, where a gun-toting father and son shot and killed 15 people and injured 42 others at Bondi Beach in Sydney. Authorities dubbed the shooting rampage an anti-Semitic terrorist attack. It took place during the annual celebration of the Jewish festival Hanukkah, which drew more than 1,000 people to the beach. Australia is mourning the dead by flying flags at half-mast. The 50-year-old father, who owned 6 licensed firearms, was shot and killed by police at the scene. The 24-year-old son is in the hospital with critical injuries. In the United States, authorities detained a person of interest in the mass shooting at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. 2 people were killed and 9 others wounded in the latest of school attacks nationwide. Providence Mayor Brett Smiley said that of those injured, 1 was in critical condition, 7 were stable, and 1 was discharged. Authorities are not looking for anyone else in relation to the attack. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is set to push on with talks in Berlin on Monday with U.S. President Donald Trump's envoys on how to end the war with Russia. As the conflict raged on, Zelensky's delegation huddled for over 5 hours on Sunday with Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff and the U.S. President's son-in-law Jared Kushner. Witkoff said on X that a lot of progress was made and they will meet again tomorrow morning. Trump has pushed for an end to the almost 4-year-old war, but Kyiv and its allies in Europe are at pains to prevent any settlement that would strongly favor Russia. college hoops, it ain't over till it's over for the UP Fighting Maroons in the men's basketball finals of UAAP season 88. The Fighting Maroons escaped the De La Salle Green Archers in a nerve-wracking Game 2 on Sunday at the Mall of Asia Arena. Final score 66-63. Jerry Abadiano was UP's man of the moment, leading the Diliman-based squad with 17 points. The winner-take-all Game 3 of the finals happens Wednesday, December 17 at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. And can't stop and won't stop Team Philippines from winning gold and making history at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Our sports correspondent Sheila Salaysay now joins us on the phone from Bangkok, Thailand. Hi Sheila, tell us more about our athletes and who are going for gold today.
Yes, hi, Mai. At the 33rd Southeast Asian Games, Team Philippines is rewriting the story of Southeast Asian sport. One breakthrough, one fearless performance, one historic win at a time. That history unfolded in Chonburi for the first time ever. The Philippine women's national football team, the Filipinas, has marched into the SEA Games gold medal match, a moment decades in the making. Playing against a roaring home crowd, the Filipinas stared down host nation Thailand and refused to break. After a gripping 1-1 draw, the semi-final was decided in the most pressure-filled way possible. Penalty kicks. With the clock winding down, Jael Marigay delivered a lifeline, firing home a stunning 87th minute equalizer to keep the Philippine dream alive. Then came the shootout and pure composure. Captain Gili Long buried the pressure-packed kick before Thailand's final attempt sailed over the bar, and with it, the crowd fell silent. The Philippines was through. History secured. Now, the Filipinos turned their focus to a gold medal showdown against Vietnam, a team they have already beaten in the group stage. In judo, the Philippine national team punctuated its 33rd SEA Games campaign in style, closing the competitions with a gold medal in the mixed team event on Sunday at the Rahamangala University of Technology, Yangon in Bangkok. The historic judo triumph was led by Chino Sitan Kotlan as the Filipino judokas displayed depth, discipline, and championship poise on the tatami. All eyes now shift to the tennis court. Alex Ayala, the highest-ranked WTA player in the tournament, finally sees action for Team Philippines as she opens her women's singles campaign today, facing Malaysia's Shihoni Yong in the quarterfinals at 11 a.m. local time. And should she advance, a potential gold medal clash with Indonesia's Janice Chen looms, with both players on opposite sides of the draw. In volleyball, at 3 p.m. local time, the Alas Pilipinas women will face Indonesia in the bronze medal match, with both teams eager to close their campaign on a high note. As of 11 a.m., the Philippines currently sits in 6th place in the overall medal standings with a haul of 17 gold, 30 silver, and 68 bronze medals. Earlier, there was a moment of celebration after the Philippine practical shooting team swept 4 gold medals at the Eastern National Sports Training Center in Chonburi. However, despite initially appearing on the official SEA Games website, the results were not included in the official medal tally after the Thailand SEA Games organizing committee clarified that the posting was made in error, as the practical shooting events held today were not yet final. This clarification was also confirmed by the Philippine Practical Shooting Association with the Philippine Olympic Committee. Day 6 of the 33rd Southeast Asian Games sent a powerful message. Team Philippines is no longer knocking on the door. They are kicking it down. This is not a competition. This is history in motion. Right?
Sheila, given all these developments today, can you break down for us where the Philippines' strongest chances are for gold in the next events, and what are the key matchups to watch?
Well, for today, there are 19 gold medals at stake for Team Philippines. Different events in aquatics, women's medley, snooker, athletics. For men's long jump, we will be seeing January Ubas. Men's hurdles is Eric Cray. For women's hurdles, we are looking at Lauren Hoffman and Robin Brown. There is also a chance for men's cable wakeboard team, cycling team, bowling, and rhythmic gymnastics.
All right, thank you for that report, Sheila Salaysay from Bangkok, Thailand. Tis the season of giving, and OPM stars and real-life couple TJ Monterde and KZ Tandingan spread Christmas cheer to their crew following their Sarili Nating Mundo World Tour. After completing 40 shows around the globe, they gifted each team member 100,000 pesos. TikTok videos show the crew's excitement as they scratch their cards one by one. Shouts of joy instantly filled the room as each member realized they had all won 100,000 pesos. The post quickly went viral, flooded with heartwarming moments or comments praising the couple for their generous and thoughtful gesture. And that's it for the news, but we have more stories for you after the break. The Daily Dish will be right back.
In every SM story, there's a heartbeat. We bring you to the core of SM's mission. It's people.
Sustainability is something which SM has been practicing for a very long time.
SM empowers individuals, uplifts families, and transforms communities because sustainability begins with people, their stories, their dreams, their resilience. Pay it forward on BNC. The Bilyonaryo News Channel.
10-time Best Comedy Actress.
20 times. 1 and 2, todo na 2.
Go, go, go! Sa usapang may kinalaman sa politika at sa bayan.
Kasya na daw yung 500 pesos.
May burden of evidence na kailangan pang ilabas.
Kaya maganda yung burden. Kasi favorite ko yung bird. Let's ask them. Meron po tayong choice na mamili kung saan tayo papanig.
Sa Politico Talks.
Welcome back. You're watching The Daily Dish. Now, there's a new wellness clinic focusing on men's health issues. Let's talk to the men behind this facility, Brovage CEO and the leading expert in sexual dysfunction, Dr. Frederick Mendiola. We also have Dr. Z Gentillo, Singapore trained in aesthetic medicine, overseeing the clinic's public relations, and Dr. Alan Tan, an expert in men's sexual health. Welcome, gentlemen, to the Daily Dish.
This is such a cool day for me, Mai,
Yes.
because
Ferdi will be so happy.
because there's a lot of things to talk about when it comes to men's health.
And like I said, we don't talk about these things enough. Same with menopause for women, right? And I'm so happy we get to talk about these issues today.
Yes.
So, first of all, tell us about this new technology that you are offering for couples. They say couples who've been married 20, 30 years will feel like they've been married for the first time, or they feel like they're newlyweds.
Are you excited about that?
Well, I mean, first of all, just want to thank you guys for having us here.
Thank you for being here.
Brovage is it's a men's clinic, right? So as it is, it's actually called Brovage because it's called Brothers Vitality with Age. All right, so that's why we call it Brovage. We specialize, right? Our team specialize in making sure our fellow men,
Our
guys,
bros.
our bros,
Yeah.
are well taken care of.
Yes, it's our turn, Dr. Teo. It's our turn, right?
So we have treatments like, whenever we reach a certain age, like when we get to 40s, right, testosterone starts to go down.
Yes, that's important, Dr. Z.
Very important.
Because, not a lot of people know, but just like women, there is menopause. Men have what you call, Dr. Eric?
It's called andropause.
Andropause. And
It's
what is it about?
like a male menopause. It starts at the age of, when we reach the age of 40, testosterone levels will naturally go down. Okay, so it's like a gas tank of a car. So you cannot do anything about it. It will go down, and definitely it will have an effect on the patient.
So what effects are like immediate? Because Dr. Z and I are not there at that 40 yet. So I heard that you slow down physically, like even motor skills, you kind of slow down. You don't get as much muscle mass. Is that correct? You lose hair.
Yes.
Your skin becomes less elastic. Are those the
So testosterone is basically the male sex hormone.
Yes.
Okay, it has an effect on you're right, the hair, the muscles, and of course the cognitive function of the patient, and mostly the sexual function of the patient. So if it goes down, all these functions will be affected also.
So, Doctor, talking about male sexual dysfunction, it involves a wide variety of issues, right? Like libido, erectile dysfunction. So, at what age does this usually begin? Because you mentioned andropause. At
On
what
the
age
average, at around 50 years old, especially in patients who has diabetes.
Yes.
Okay, you will start.
But, sorry, doctor. I just want to go back. I know that that's a very important question because we're going deep now. Okay.
For real.
But I just got. Sorry, Mai. But I just got interested in what can we do about testosterone, because I guess that's also the prelude, Mai, to going into dysfunctionalities, right?
Yeah.
Of the male physique kind, if you don't mind.
Yes.
So first we have to check the levels of testosterone on the patient, okay? The free and total testosterone, that's very important. And if we determine that if it's low, so we have to replace it, okay?
And how do you replace
different modalities that we can do. I mean, we start with daily application of gel or cream.
It's like lotion, right?
That's one modality, but most of my patients would go for the injection. Okay, we can go every 3 months of injection, or as often as every week. So it depends actually on the patient.
And how long is this process?
It can, can be as long as the patient. As long as the patient needs it.
Oh, okay, so it's not just like 3 months, 6 months, a year.
No,
it goes on forever.
Yeah. I mean,
it can go on.
As long as the
lifespan.
patient needs the replacement.
Okay, and maybe perhaps because it depends on what they need. No, and Dr. Allen, like for example, I want to build, body mass, so I need a longer therapy.
Yeah, as we age, we lose our muscle mass. So we also need testosterone for that.
So there are so many options that we're learning about, like not only pills and lotions, like you said.
That's important. Because every morning, every time Mai and I sit together, we're like, okay, sweetie, dry skin now.
Yes,
you know I won't have dry skin anymore because
Same
I'm using
with
gel.
for men.
Yeah.
You have to also take care of your skin, and it all boils down to hormones still.
Yes.
They play a huge factor.
That's right.
That's interesting. I mean, this is so cool because obviously now you've got Brovage and it's your own, right? So, of course, you and your wife are very famous in the aesthetic world, but at least now you've got your bro, your bro project, right?
Yes.
Now, let's go to what Mai had actually asked before I rudely interrupted that question was erectile dysfunction, right? Dr. Allen, thoughts on erectile dysfunction and when does it start?
Well, I think it's supposed to start, like Dr. Eric says, when you are in your 40s or 50s, but
increasingly seeing younger patients having erectile dysfunction problems.
Is this on a epidemic level?
Well, it's, I think, a few factors.
Okay.
One, there's the actual problem. And then two, people are realizing that, well, you know, this thing can be fixed. But we have to get to the root of the problem, and that's what Dr. Eric will deep dive into.
The problem with us here in the Philippines is that there are a lot of us silent sufferers. We call that. Okay, like 85% of men who suffer from erectile dysfunction will not, consult, will not tell their peers because of maybe they're shy to admit that they're suffering from that. And of course, machismo. So that's a problem. That's the problem that we want, the stigma that we want to, by education and by doing.
So you can overcome that. Dr. Z, the patients that go to your clinic for these dysfunctions have a hard time going in and talking about it?
I think Brovage was really introduced simply because I saw the need. There are a lot of men who are silent sufferers, as what Eric is saying, and they really do not want to say anything, but they do have issues, right? So we really want to create a clinic where there is technology, right, as well as cutting-edge medicine, right, that can be given to them in a very discreet place, right, and safe. So that we can solve their problems for them.
Yeah, because you need to have confidence. I mean, if you lose that function, Mai, obviously, if you can't perform at your earlier years, then you cause problems, mental wellness. You can't perform. Let's say in the office or in public spaces, because in the back of your mind, you're like, oh gosh, I might have to, to deal with something in the evening wherein my partner expects it, right? But you can't talk about it.
There's such a thing as performance anxiety.
Performance anxiety,
Yeah, wherein it's like if the patient experiences difficulty in getting an erection, it will go to his mind, and he will, have an anxiety about it. So the next time he doesn't want to do it again because anxiety is already there.
And also, does body image come into play?
Yeah.
Does therapy help in any way?
Definitely. If we do something about their anxiety, about the performance, if we can enhance it, then they will have confidence again, and eventually they'll live a normal life.
Which makes it super logical. Well, we're super serious about our topic today. It makes it logical because if you got andropause and then you cannot perform, ergo you tend to have, you're more hot-headed and impatient than you would on a regular basis, and then that puts a strain in the relationship.
So the next time you know it, you're not, having the activity for the longest time. I mean, the desire gets affected, everything gets affected, even the intimacy part between partners.
But also in the deeper sense, that can also lead to other health issues, right?
Exactly.
Such as perhaps, and you're the experts, Dr. Eric, Dr. Alan, Dr. Z, about, like, for example, prostate cancer. It may lead to something like that, right?
Well, sex equals longevity and quality of life. I always say that in my lectures. And of course, if you're living a happy life, you'll stay away from this long-term illnesses.
And I'm sure that you've already had patients who are now living their normal lives, with better attitudes and a skip to their heel.
I'd like to pivot to one of the emerging techniques or technologies out there to address one of these issues that men encounter in their later years or perhaps in their younger years. Who wants to say it? The exciting new procedure that you're offering.
I'll say it. I'll totally say it. It is enhancement of the genitalia.
We call it very simply the power fill.
The power fill.
That's it. Yeah, it says it as
And
it
is
is.
there a demand among Filipino men? And what procedure do they prefer? Is it injection? Is it an implant? Is it?
No, Dr. Eric
Well,
does
we're
most of it.
using power fill, which is a new material coming from Korea. It's a biostimulator, which means it stimulates collagen formation. It's relatively new, but it's very, very effective, and it produces girth enhancement and as well as lengthening of the male genitalia.
Is it like stem cell?
Well, it's not actually a stem cell. It's like fillers.
Okay, it's like
that you
fillers.
put
So
in
it's
the-
a
put in the
synthetic
face.
biostimulator.
It's a biostimulator wherein it creates a natural look.
But it's non-surgical.
It's not surgical.
It's just injection.
And doctor, I want to know, when your male patients come to you for consultation, do you get the female perspective? Because, you know, we have to ask, what do women really want?
You will,
What do women want, right?
you will be surprised, Mai, that most of the patients will be booked by the partners.
See?
go.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what? Earlier when we were discussing you gentlemen coming on this show, Mai was like, I don't want to ask questions, but guess who's leading? It's Mai. And I'm glad because these are real questions.
Yes.
But of course, we need to save some more interesting topics.
We're warming up already.
We're warming
Okay.
up because after this, I'm gonna ask because I'm not shy. We are still talking about men's health issues, and I
Men's
am
health
not
and wellness, important topic today.
1000% my.
Going back to what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, because hey, more is more, right? I'm gonna deep dive into this now because I personally want more is more because I'm not shy about it. You know, any enhancement that makes me feel good and makes me, you know, walk in the beach with, you know, cool abs and looking at people and saying, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? It's for my confidence. So I'm open to this, right? But what are the short and long-term risks or perhaps complications that we may expect from this? Or are there any?
You know, funny thing you said that because it's actually statistically correct what you're saying, because there has been a ranking, right, in terms of size, right, among the different countries, and maybe you
What's
want
the top?
you want to guess where Philippines and the Southeast Asian countries are.
I'm sure we're a little bit on the equator.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is a demand, right, for it right now, and as you said, more is more. And now that we have the technology, right, for us to do the increase in the size and the girth, just using simple injections, right? I think the demand is really increasing. But people need to know that it's possible.
Right, they have an option.
Yeah, because last time people only thought that they can only do surgery.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Which makes people very scared.
Right.
Right. But right now it's not. It's a 30-minute procedure. It's a lunchtime procedure.
Let's go.
Talking about what I want to know is, are these procedures regulated by the health department or any licensing body?
Yes.
Well, it's an off-label treatment right now because not everybody's using it, doing it.
Well, you pioneers here, no?
Yeah. We've been lecturing about it all over Asia.
But the product itself has FDA approval.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Of course, you wouldn't be here either.
we use only the FDA approved products.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we now, because of our audience, I'm sure the wives are saying, hey, honey, guess what? There is an option for you, right? Dr. Allen?
That's correct.
Yeah. So, okay, you said it's a 30-minute procedure. How do you prep for something like this? Dr. Allen?
I'll just...
Or Dr. Eric?
Yeah, it's just, we just apply cream for anesthesia. Sometimes I put local anesthesia, and then we prepare the material that's going to be used and inject it for only for 15 to 20 minutes.
And how long does this last?
It will actually. That's a good question. This is because all over the world, hyaluronic acid fillers are being used. But here in our clinic, we're using a different material, which has the real good potential because it lasts for 3 to 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and sometimes you need to do touch-ups, but on the average, it will last for 3 years. Unlike HA fillers, which is 1 year, maybe, to 1.5 years.
So it means to say if I go over for lunch, but I can't because we've got the daily dish. After lunch.
Go after lunch.
I won't have to see you in like 5 years.
Well, you can see us with a different,
different
problem.
enhancement, probably.
I hope I don't have any other problems because these issues are real, and this is why we invited the 3 doctors so that our audience out there know that it's no longer taboo.
Yes.
You need to enhance your self-confidence because this is super, super important.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to be ashamed of, right?
Yes.
Doctors, prior to this interview, I took a deep dive to learn more about this. There's lots to learn on YouTube and Google. What I found out is people are talking about shrinkage. And does it happen with age?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It does. I mean, naturally, the male genitalia will shrink as you age. Probably, yeah, because of different.
How much
different.
of it shrinks? How
Yeah, I'm interested. How much will I shrink?
Well, because the male genitalia, of course, is made up of skin, made up of muscles. So these muscles will start to deteriorate, get smaller over time. So there is a little bit of a shrinkage. There's, of course, the skin portion of it as well. You lose collagen, right? And so the collagen as well, if you lack of collagen, the skin will start to look a little bit old and crappy as well. So there is a significant amount as age goes by for there to be a bit of a shrinkage. So we do a lot of different treatments to improve that.
And to address it earlier on before it happens.
There are interesting treatments such as Scrotox, right?
Wow,
which is
it's like Botox for,
it's like Botox for the skin around the area to make the skin smoother, right?
Dr.
I see glitter in your eyes. Yeah?
Because I get Botox anyway. So
Botox now.
Really?
There is so much treatments that you will not believe. It's amazing.
Let's go.
Is this a myth or a fact that you lose an inch for every 30 pounds that you gain?
Yeah, I think that can
be.
Yeah, we can also do some lipolysis in the suprapubic area. Yeah, because
But how true is
what's
that?
lipolysis?
No, it's true. I mean,
true.
you
have liposuction in the area.
Yeah, just on top of the
Also,
male genitalia.
if you've got a little bit of a punch, right?
And you will see some improvement in the length also with that because, fat can also hide the male genitalia.
I am impressed with your research, Mai.
Well, that's what you have to do.
Because Mai, at least, is coming from a female perspective so that it
Correct.
doesn't make men uncomfortable. And I'm glad you're doing that.
It's why we're here for. It's why we're doing this, talking about these things. Now let's talk more about the safety and regulation of these procedures. Are there any known cases of malpractice? Not necessarily here in the Philippines.
Yeah, I think if you do your research and you look into it, there are a lot of cases where non-licensed doctors will inject things like silicone, paraffin into the male genitalia and cause permanent.
And worst case scenario.
Yeah, permanent
What
damage.
is it? Oh,
right, it's deformed.
Yeah, is that also adding to why men don't talk about it? Because that's a fear. Like, what if you mess up and then, I'll be forever... because if you're not going to proper licensed doctors
that's
and
why
putting all these
That's why
materials.
in Brovage, we do a lot of research. We do a lot of training for us to be able to, offer the patients the best.
And I'm sure you've got a lot of satisfied customers. How did they come out of the clinic after, their procedures? What have they given you testimonies on, like, docs? Wow, this is what I'm going through now.
They don't. I think guys don't like to say too much, but I think the smile says it all.
What about feedback from the wives?
So, yeah, feedback.
They love it.
They're happy too, I guess.
Because of course, you know, they say happy wife, happy life. Happy husband.
Yes.
What can we add to that?
Happy husband, happy wife. And everyone's happy.
Life.
That's all. Everyone's happy.
So how do you see, in terms of normalizing these conversations and these issues, how do you see public perception evolving in the next 5 to 10 years?
I think this space is going to be really interesting because in other countries like the States and Europe, it's very open, right? But of course, being in the Philippines and Asia, we're a little bit more conservative. But I think this space is going to open up, right? And I think Brovage is going to be the one that's going to kind of lead the way to have real conversations, right, between men and between all of us, right? Saying, hey, they have real issues. Right, diabetes is one thing. It's massive, right, around the whole country. Diabetes.
That's absolutely alarming because you know
and
the
diabetes
complications.
gives complications of erectile dysfunction, and that's a medical fact. And as doctors, we will have to help to try to first control the diabetes, and then control and improve the side effects of it, which is erectile dysfunction. So I think, you know, as people start to realize that this aspect of medicine is actually very real and is actually very legitimate, people will start not to get scared to talk about it.
Right. That's very interesting, Dr. Thea. We want a message from each of you. Dr. Eric, what can you say to our male viewers out there so that they don't get scared or they have the confidence to come out?
So to the silent sufferers, just be open about your problems. I mean, sex is very important in the life of the individual. We only live once. And we have to be open with our problems. Just go to us, go to the doctors, and we have a lot. I mean, a lot of things to offer to you. It's not the end of the road.
Dr. Allen?
I think treatment can be customized to the patient's individual needs now. And come to us so that we'll work something out for you.
And Dr. Z, how do you want to smash this taboo?
Well, I think let's just be open about it, right? Let's be real. And Brovage is here to help all you guys out there to have a safe space. And just come and check us out.
And thank you so much, gentlemen, for making sure that, you know, this conversation is now open.
Yes, thank you. Thankfully, also, these issues, men's health, male sexual dysfunction, abnormal function, we're learning more about these things.
And the effects
these
of diabetes.
things, yes, are better understood medically as well, more than ever.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we're very excited, and I'm sure you got somebody over here in the panel will pay you a visit.
Your 10th customer today, maybe. Thank you so much again, gentlemen, for coming over. And we've got more stories for you after this very short break. The Daily Dish will be right back. And now, time for our guest today. Special occasions, of course, call for special flower arrangements.
Yes, and we're thankful for having you with us today, respected floral designer and event stylist.
Yay!
Hello, hi.
Welcome, Teddy Manuel.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me here.
Thank you for coming.
It's an honor,
Daily
Ferdi, and to catch up with Ferdi. We've been,
Friends for a long time.
Seeing each other in just dinners and parties.
Correct. But Teddy, I know your story, okay? But not a lot of people know your story. How did you start? Why did you start this being part of this industry, which is crazy and fun at the same time?
That's true. So I've been in the industry for the last 20 years. So I graduated as an aeronautical engineer.
Wow!
Exactly.
I didn't know that.
So I was supposed to be an air traffic controller. Yeah. So it was really a leap of faith. And I think I would say it's really, I'm guided by, by prayers and God. I'm asking, I always go to Baclaran asking for, to lead me to path that will makes me happy. And I think God leads me to, to this path because I'm happy in what I do, I'm passionate in what I do, and also I make my bride and groom happy on my output, on my...
Right. But can you imagine if you stayed as a traffic controller?
Air traffic
At least the tower would be super
beautiful.
I know. So I'd be just like, yeah, permission to land. Yes, Captain.
But you know which is amazing because obviously the boyfriend of Monique is actually a pilot with an airline. And since we're going to be talking about florals, I just want to point out that are we preparing for something special in the next couple of months?
I'm also waiting.
Yeah, maybe it's a sign, right?
Maybe he will get inspiration from today.
Super. It's a sign, I think.
No, I need Teddy to go to do the air traffic with the flowers.
With the
Tapos may
flowers,
sign.
exactly. Or maybe like a rain of petals along the runway.
No, but I'm actually so curious, Teddy. When did you know that you had a love for like floral arrangements and event styling? Because so random, no? Aeronautical engineering and then flowers.
So going back to the story, so when I was like a child, I always compete for, the home economics thing. I was like in grade 4, I compete for sewing, I compete for embroidery. So it's really intrinsic on me to love craft and, do home decor. There was no magazine yet, but our house before is like an editorial shoot.
Wow.
There's like a scarf on the sofa, and then I asked my brother and sister, please don't touch it, don't touch it. So I was like that. And then I was reading, in a newspaper. During that time, there was no
internet yet.
No internet or social media yet. So every month or twice a month, there was in the newspaper, they featured beautiful weddings. So I was, got into it. Oh my God, there's like a new category, event stylist. So I started to research, what does the event stylist doing nowadays? So I thought it's just the florists who do the flowers, but the event stylists create the ambience, control the lighting, create experiences. And I told them, I said, oh my God, this is so easy. I can do this.
Yeah. So what was your very first wedding?
Okay, my first was, of course, you do it with your friends. And I have a connection with my own bank. And then I asked her, oh, Teddy, you're starting depositing like quite much of money. What do you do now? Oh, I'm into business now. I'm into floral arrangement and for wedding. And you know what? I'm getting married anytime soon. Can I ask for quotation, stuff like that? So it's normally from friends and family where I started with. But the big break was the wedding of Ogie Alcacid and Regine Velasquez.
Which Sharice Pino covered?
Yes, at the same time. That was our, springboard for...
Oh, so you both started together.
Yes. That celebrity wedding really, helped us to, to be known, to be featured in newspaper, magazines, stuff like that. So it really helps me to really focus on what I do. And I think that was the sign that I'm asking for.
Right. So, before Monique and Tam asked for quotation for their wedding, I want to know, what is your most expensive and opulent wedding to date?
You don't have to name names.
Yes, but I think it's not about, there's like an intimate wedding, maybe 100 or 50 people. But when you get the ratio of their expenses, it's like somewhat similar to a 500 or to 1,500 guests that I've done. So some are also in destinations wedding. So those things. So I cannot give the range, but I would say they have a different, my luxury may be different from you. And so,
because flowers can be so expensive, depends also from where you source them.
Exactly.
What is the most bongga that you did? Because I've seen your events and it's just so amazing.
I would say the wedding of Ella Pangilinan is
my goddaughter and my godson, Ella and Enrique Miranda.
You were there. I was so pressured because I know Ferdi will be there. So,
Yeah. So how do you top yourself from this event, which is already fabulous, and then you look for inspiration next to do your next one?
that's true. So I guess travel really helps you to get inspired. And nowadays, I'm one of the pioneers who's doing AI. Helping AI, like AI visualization.
To visualize.
Exactly. So I studied some, some apps and some software on how I make it easier for the bride and groom to how they visualize the wedding, because I feel it's also sustainable that you don't have to go, get out of your way or do the mock-up in front of them to get the actual flowers. By doing AI and visualization with them, it really helps a lot.
It helps a lot. I want to know though, are there trends that we're seeing with floral designs? Are brides going for more minimalistic, more elaborate, or more modern?
You're right. Brides right now are minimalist, but they want something more architectural and texture.
Oh wow!
So it's something like what on a table, like the Spanish moss and the orchids. It's simple, just two types of flowers, but it's minimal, but there's like texture on it, and very intentional. I think that's the trend. But in terms of because our bride and groom nowadays are exposed with the social media, so they have a lot of range of eggs.
They see a lot of ideas also.
So what about, remember when, there's a movie and a book that came out, Crazy Rich Asians, right?
Yes.
And a lot of people were inspired by that.
Exactly.
The wet runway.
Correct. And but opulence, everything.
Yeah.
More
That's
is
where it started,
more.
I feel like, kind of.
So has that already sailed its course? Are we going towards, as you said, more architectural?
That's right.
But since it's architectural and minimalist, the quality of the florals, I'm sure, have to be top notch.
Exactly. So I think I've done I've done like almost 20 weddings with Asian, Crazy Rich Asian inspired. We use like an LED floor to mimic the water. So when the brides walk, the LED floor turns into, streams of water. But nowadays, it's a still combination of technology, architectural elements like manipulating the fabric, like a billowing, fabric, or swagging.
Yes.
What was the trend way back 10 years ago or 15 years ago, but we change it more by highlighting it by using projectors or lighting.
And it's like layered like that,
Yes.
and then you just add a little bit of wind, and it goes like that.
Yeah, it's literally a whole theatrics.
That's right.
But wouldn't they want all the elements there, like the water plays a part, also air and fire as well?
And Mai mentioned a great comment earlier. I want to know, Teddy, where you source your flowers? Because it's really hard to get flowers here in the Philippines.
Yeah. Luckily, we have some locally sourced flowers. I'm trying to help as much as possible as our local farmers, especially in Atok or in Baguio. Or
I love that.
Before we used to have, flowers in Davao, but it's having nice varieties of flowers. Sometimes I go to Taiwan and got some seeds, or sometimes I go to hoard some, live plants, which is not, don't follow. The customer charge me. That's the way of, trying to help the industry. But nowadays, we have a lot of imported flowers.
Right.
Yes, so from China, Holland, Ecuador, and also in Australia.
What's your favorite flower?
You know what? The simple calla lily is my favorite flower, because for me, I am really kind of a minimal type of person, because I think I gave it all already, the ideas to my bride and groom to how to make it look, bongga and opulent setup. So
Sorry, Mo. I'm very interested because I'm gathering information from my friend on my right side. But what is your dream setup? Like a Teddy Manuel dream setup that if you are going to get married, that's your setup.
Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
Oh my God, Ferdi, you should go first.
We're actually planning Ferdi's wedding.
I'm the host here.
I'm waiting for
Maybe you're gathering information for yourself.
No, I'm gathering information for Tam and Monique.
Because I just had a fam trip in Puglia. The truly,
I love Italy.
So I would go for that kind of maybe a destination wedding, so that I will use less flowers, but I'm gonna work around whatever is the architectural available or the nature, to go work with nature. I guess like me is a very simple take on wedding. that's what I envision my own. If there will be a future.
There will
And thank you so much, Teddy. But I want to know though, what's the hardest flowers to work with? Because there's some that their shelf life
Are
is
you asking
so
for a friend?
like asking for a friend, love, always. This is actually a consultation between us.
That's true. You know what? One of the favorite flowers will be the lily of the valley.
I love lily of the
I love
valley.
lily of the valley
Because
too.
it's a scented bloom, very delicate and very fragile looking. And yes, it's very fragile. So sometimes when I deliver the bridal bouquet made of lily of the valley, I put it on a chest box. You know, they thought I have some food delivery on board because I put some eyes on it. And then I just told the photographers and videographers that, you know, if you need it, just put it back when you're done having photo shoot, because it's gonna last for maximum of 8 hours.
What other tips do you have to
And
make
expensive.
cut flowers last longer? When I've seen some of your vlogs, and you said to put Zon rocks, is that correct?
Yeah,
And also,
yes,
what
yeah.
other things that you can put?
I think, ladies.
Yes, I learned it
You know,
from
what I
him.
think we still have Teddy right
Yeah.
later,
Okay,
and
yeah.
hold your answers for mine because
I will.
I'm sure she's going to use this. We'll have more on Teddy Manuel's Flower and Events Company after the break. The Daily Dish will be right back. You're watching the Daily Dish, and still with us is floral designer and event stylist, Mr. Teddy Manuel.
And now Teddy is going to give us a sample of his floral arrangements. Teddy, what
Yes.
flowers did you bring for us, and what are we doing?
I guess we can do some game.
Oh, again.
But Ferdi is exempted because Ferdi is really a stylist of flowers. Maybe
I suck at
Mai and
this.
Monique, we can ask them.
Is this some sort of a challenge?
You're gonna
I guess
stay
this is
there.
easy. I guess this is easy.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's the name of the flowers?
This is a rose.
Is this Ecuadorian?
Oh, perfect.
Ecuadorian
roses.
roses.
Okay, that's
Okay.
true. And this one?
Carnation.
Hydrangea. My God.
I'm just, blurting out
In
random.
Tagalog,
This is quite difficult. Yeah.
Is that lavender?
What is that?
It looks
looks
like
like
white.
lavender.
It's like a pom-pom and rounds.
Yes.
Nice.
Guys, I suck
It's
at flowers.
allium.
Allium. Yeah, you know what? Earlier,
I don't know what that
Ferdi
is.
just named this, very quickly earlier. And this one, a nice fillers.
Angel's breath?
Yeah, or baby's breath.
Baby's breath.
Angel's
Baby's breath.
Or gypsophila.
Josephine.
My favorite flower is?
The lilies.
Lily.
Calla lily.
Yeah.
The calla
Yeah,
lily.
different.
And of course, we have here
The orchid.
the
What kind of orchids are these?
Or,
Yes,
but
Phalaenopsis.
Phalaenopsis orchid. So that's quite a lot. So guys, I'm gonna just give you an idea on how you're gonna arrange
Yes,
flowers.
let's-
Maybe like
Let's
earlier.
move a little bit
Okay,
so we
let
can
me
see
go.
everything.
And
Yeah,
here.
there you go.
We got the vase.
Yes, so maybe we can do something like, you can just do it at home. Sometimes you got a gift, like a bouquet, and you don't know how to place it. Sometimes it just dries out there. So maybe you can just loosen up the wrapper and do something. This is something that we can do about. Of course,
Perfect.
you have to think of a vase. When you're at home, sometimes, oh my God, I need to buy, you need to buy a vase or something. But you know what? This is just an ice bucket. So an
It's an ice bucket,
yeah, we just remove the
yeah. You can
handle.
convert
So you
anything.
can just,
You can pretty much use anything in your house.
Pretty
even-
much.
You can use a tabo if you need.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Exactly.
If your tabo is nice,
You put like 10 tabos on the table and then you dress it up. It
Yeah.
becomes a floral
or
tabo.
your cups and saucer or your bowl and plates. You can also do that. These are some of the loose vases that we're gonna use later
Okay.
on. And of course, if you have a nice pieces, for your table centerpiece or maybe on a counter of the kitchen, you can also use this. Not just flowers, maybe you can add also some fruits on it, right?
Wait, going back to my question earlier,
Yeah.
what would make cut flowers last longer? What can you put in the water?
That's right. So there's a proper preparation. So sometimes what I do, I just use a bleach. Maybe a teaspoon of bleach on a bucket of water. But some they use like sugar or a little
I didn't
It's
know
like
that.
food for
Yes.
the flowers,
food for the
right?
flowers because there's a sugar on it. But nowadays you can buy really a flower food. So sometimes this package comes with a flower food. So it's like a
Normally
powder.
it comes with it. The powder,
Yeah,
then
the
you put
powder.
the
The
water.
sachet.
Yeah, when you get a
Like the
bouquet.
sachet.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
never
so you
used
can do
that because
It's
I
like the
thought.
MSG for the flowers.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, that's true. That's
Okay,
true.
shall we
Alright.
start?
Okay, so of course you have to think of your flowers, and number one is also the color combination. Now I'll go for a little spring colors like some pink, some lilac, and blush, and some white. No, so yeah, and also if you want something sustainable, you can use a kanzan. This is a Japanese floral frog. They use this, or for easier access, you can also use the floral foam. So let's say you have the vase here, and then you're gonna let's do the floral foam so that it will be much easier. So maybe cut it into...
Which one are you going to use, Freddy?
Let's use the ice bucket.
Yeah, the ice bucket, yeah. Okay. So, and then just put it there, stick it there. But sometimes you need to cover those, to cover the floral foam. Maybe you can get a nice long, like this kind of fern leaves, wrap it around. Because the floral foam, it shouldn't be hidden. We have a florist term. When they say a floral foam, it's a chismis.
Correct.
So people will talk about, oh my God.
I really don't like it when that comes out because it's half baked.
That's true. So as a professional, even at home, you need to hide your floral foam or your mechanics.
So that's the number one rule for the basics.
So just keep it.
Just
keep it
hidden.
there.
The foam is a bit big.
Yeah, that's true.
Monique. Wow, expert this in
Florist agad.
I
don't even know the names of the flowers. What other thing that you can use to wrap the floral foam?
Oh yeah, so it can be something like even fabric or if not leaves, or sometimes later on I'm gonna teach you that you can also add some foliage also to hide
stems.
It. Or stems, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right, so let's start with, like using some more foliage to cover your mechanics. So these are our local picus leaves.
So you always start with the base?
Yeah, I always start on our base, because we want to hide a little,
and
at least
to make it lush, right? It looks lush.
Yeah, to secure your mechanics as well. And to make it look lush.
Yeah. So you can mix, you mentioned earlier, like fruits, right?
Yes,
so can you use fruits and maybe vegetables as well for the base to make it kind of look rustic?
That's true, because nowadays architectural designs involves fruits, and even if you have some greeneries like the beans, like the sitaw.
Yeah, beautiful for
so
Pinoy.
You can turn it around.
Like what you did for Ella and Enrique's wedding. Teddy, is Dangwa the only place to buy flowers here in Metro Manila?
Yes. Dangwa is still the our flower market where you can get all the supplies as well and the flowers. So here I'm gonna teach you how to reflex the petal.
Oh, I didn't know you can flex.
You can open it up.
Open it up. So just touch the bottom part of the petals, and then you fold it gently. So this is a mondial rose. So if you realize if you do this, the size of the flowers triple the size of the usual.
Yeah, it gives
rose.
it volume.
So you don't need that much of flowers, and then.
Especially if you're in a budget, you don't need so much flowers.
Exactly.
You can actually double the size.
How big is the size? And then you can do some blowing in the middle. Yeah, to open up a bit. To open it a bit. So
or what I do
reflects blue. Okay.
Yes, I touch the middle and then.
Yeah, you can also reflex. Yeah.
Is there like a rule because of like the oiliness and the dirt from our hand how long we should touch the flowers? Because some are more sensitive than others, right?
That's true.
So I'm like nervous to touch this.
But for the roses is one of the sturdiest.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Even the petals, you don't put a mark. Just be careful if it's a white flowers. So now you just do maybe.
Look how pretty! I made this.
Yeah, look at how big is it compared to the original.
Yeah,
here's
right?
I'll be your assistant.
Big roses. So now you decide whether you want to put it. You decide on the height.
It really gives it volume.
That's right. It's so nice.
And then how much do you cut?
Depends on how you want your arrangement. If you want it to be like on a centerpiece or in a counter, it should be twice as height of your vase. So
that's the rule of thumb.
1 and then 2. That's maybe the height. But if you want it on our table there, so maybe we can just do a simple round arrangement.
Yeah, let's do a simple one for our new table.
Okay, maybe 1 in the middle. That's the highest. And then for the beginner, I would always go for groupings.
Okay.
Because the groupings always looks like elegant and more professionally done, rather than doing it like a mixed kind of arrangement. Maybe the first 3 of roses here. It's okay, Monique.
Okay.
And then maybe the hydrangea, I just put it over here.
Beautiful. They also call that mil flores.
The mil flores.
Okay, hydrangeas are very challenging flowers. because hydrangea, by the name, it needs to be hydrated all the time.
That's what's
So
called hydrated.
if you have something like this, kind of wilting thing, you just put the hydrangeas on a tub of water.
Oh, you can revive it.
Upside down, maybe just
okay.
do your some exercise. After that, go back for another 30 minutes and look. The flowers are in full bloom.
Where are hydrangeas most abundant? Where do we
We
source
also have
them?
a local. We have a local
version?
Yes, the blue one. We have a lot in Baguio and also in Atok as
If
well.
you need it.
Is there a favorite local flower that you love to work with?
Oh yes, I super love the our local the irises, the orange. It's and our local
you.
calla lily as well.
This is so fast. You can do this
That's
in
so
5
pretty.
minutes.
And look how voluminous it looks already.
And then let's
And also a touch of purple.
Yeah.
My favorite,
same.
alliums.
Allium is like a vertical plants, so maybe work with the long stem of it.
It's
maybe
so pretty.
Have it stick it here.
Oh, that looks beautiful already.
But there's a scent on it because, like Ferdi said, it's a family of onion.
Oh, it smells like onion.
Yes,
It smells like sibuyas.
And then
maybe-
go with the orchid.
The white orchids. Where do you want to place the orchids? Where do you think we should place the orchids? Maybe in this direction,
Yes.
or
That's a
so what
perfect
you
direction.
do, maybe you can have a mirror in front so that you can look and where you want to place it. Or sometimes you just have to go and step backward and just study where you want to place it.
And look at it from all angles
look at it
as
from
well.
all angles as well. Maybe
Wow.
let the hydrangea, let the
that's
orchids
pretty, just like a ball.
cascade, around the.
Galing-galing ni Teddy
The
Manuel.
lilies
Thank you, thank you. And then
well.
another one, maybe
There
cascading
you
on
go.
the floor. And then
that's so
if you want this
pretty.
like a more like 360 arrangement, maybe you can add more roses here and another step of hydrangea.
Is there a rule when it comes to colors?
Oh yes. So first, I think you have to really study a basic color wheel on how you like what's the complementary and what will work. But of course, flowers, you should enjoy what you're doing. I think there's no hard rules in terms of colors or types of arrangements. As long as you're enjoying what you do, I think that's more important. Because
Teddy, you hold a
imagine-
master class as well, right?
Yes, so I do my master class every year because it's my advocacy because we don't have a formal school. Imagine I'm an aeronautical engineer and there's no like a formal school for floral design and styling in the industry. That's why I came up with my master classes. So now I have at least 500 students.
I want to do your master class.
Have you held one this year?
Yes, last year we went to Taiwan to do my master class.
Wow, I'll
this
go to
year, what's the
Taiwan to
next
do your
one?
master
So my
class.
next will be next year. It's one in May and one in August.
Can we join?
Oh, we're
Of
going.
course. I would love to.
So
you
how can they reach you if they want to join your masterclass and any of your tutorials?
Yeah, please. It's on my Instagram, so just slide a DM and then.
Oh, slide into his DM.
Yes,
I love
and then
it.
I'll just reply and give you the schedule.
I can't wait. Wow, this looks so
Beautiful.
pretty already.
In 5 minutes. But
Honestly, my favorite tip was the zhuzhing up of the Ecuadorian roses. Because look at the difference it made. Can we zoom? Look at that. Like,
adds
we
so
only
much
used a little
to
bit
it.
and it looks so big.
And then if you want it more rustic, like more relaxed, you can add some foliage here and there to make it look like not so.
does it remind you of Italy, my dear?
Yeah, that's right.
It's so pretty.
Okay,
A
so
touch of
Teddy.
green also does a lot. No? A touch of green here and there.
Yeah, for some they
For
want.
variation.
Yeah, for some they want it super
love the
clean,
rustic look.
the color blocking, but for some they want a touch of green to make it like more, relaxed.
Teddy.
Yes.
Message to those people, to those wonderful people watching us, if they want to do their own arrangements and are afraid to do so.
Yes.
What's your advice?
For me, simply just enjoy the moment, like what we did earlier. We suddenly become relaxed and quiet.
Yeah, this is honestly very
And
therapeutic.
make it fun. Make it
Let's make it
fun.
fun.
And
Yeah, make
maybe
it fun.
pick the flowers you love to work
Exactly.
with.
So you go for local, whatever, and go imported. If you want just to practice, if you saw something like you wanted like to come up with some summer vibe on your in your room in the house, you get some sunflowers.
And they
enjoy for that.
say in the Feng Shui that live flowers in the house brings good luck.
That's true.
Yes. So, all right.
I'm so excited.
That
Thank you,
is the
Teddy.
Teddy Manuel.
Thank you so much.
I was so
Flowers
scared
and
to do
event
full arrangements, but
stylist.
now
for
I'm
having
really
me.
enjoying it.
I enjoyed, our demonstration for today. Thank you.